Hello everybody, my name is Mark Wimer and I'm here to give my presentation on the life, care, and consumption of rainbow trout in our state of Pennsylvania. So first things first, you want to start out with the trout egg. This is actually a later stage in the egg's development called the eyed ova stage, where you can actually see the eyes kind of peeking out through the membrane there. The next stage of a trout's life is called the alevin, where the egg is still attached and they're feeding off of that, and they can't actually feed themselves just yet, not feeding independently. Next stage after that is called the fry. This is when they're just little baby fish, just starting out, feeding themselves independently there. Par is when their pattern on the side, you can see that there, starts fully developing, and then you have the final stage, the adult stage of a trout's life. So for this process to happen, you got the hens and the jacks, the females and the males, and in the wild, females will actually create depressions, little divots in the ground called redds. They will lay their eggs in these little depressions, and they'll leave, and then males will come along, see some unfertilized eggs, and they will spray a cloud of milt, which contains their sperm, over the eggs. And so that's how that happens in the wild. And I will bring you to a video of how they do this artificially. So here, they're actually spraying the milt directly from the male into these little cups. And let me skip ahead here. And they'll take these cups, and you can see they're pouring them into the buckets they have of unfertilized trout eggs there. So pretty interesting process. Let's just jump right back in. Wonderful. So now that you've got your eggs fertilized, how do you raise these guys and not mess them up? You want to have a good product. You want to sell something nice. So you're going to have to meet a lot of these conditions. Now the first condition is pH. The range will get wider as the trout age. It'll go from 6.5 to 8 from egg to fry. When they reach the fry stage to adult, it is 6 to 8.5 on the pH scale. Now the next condition is temperature. They start out 7 to 18 degrees Celsius from egg to fry, and 7 to 20 degrees Celsius from fry to adult. And the interesting thing about temperature is it actually affects their feeding behavior. So higher temperatures will increase their feeding behavior, but anything past 18 degrees Celsius drastically decreases or even stops their feeding behaviors. So optimal growth from 13 to 15 degrees Celsius is recommended. The next condition is dissolved oxygen. So less oxygen is actually required as they age. A little weird. I'm glad humans don't do that. The limits from egg to fry are 5 to 6 milligrams per liter. Limits for fry to adult are 4 to 5 milligrams per liter. Now the last condition is water supply. It's a little complicated to explain. There's breakdown for each stage. So basically all you need to know is that as the trout increase in size, they will need a larger supply of water for them to cycle through their environment and keep their habitat nice and clean, healthy for them. So now you've raised your trout, they're all prepared, you want to send them off to market, which is actually very convenient because trout are Pennsylvania's most valuable and common aquaculture export. As of 2008, it is an industry worth over $5 million, according to the USDA. That was the most recent information I could get from the USDA census, but everything from 2003 to 2008 showed steady growth in the industry. And rainbow trout are actually sold as both food and game, so you can eat them then, or you can toss them in a pond and catch them later. For the food aspect, at least, you're probably thinking aftermarket. So I actually went online, I found some great recipes. Trout with garlic, lemon, butter, herb sauce. That just sounds delicious. So with that being said, that concludes all of my remarks. Thank you so much for listening. You're ready to start your own trout farm.